Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you turn this off? Is it on? Did you turn it off, Rich? I think you turned it off.
Yeah, it's not on.
Okay, there we go. Deepest acceptance of the day. Sorry, too loud. All right, this month we're spending our time celebrating and commemorating our personal, individual spiritual growth and expansion by looking at where we've been, where we are, and where we are going. And we're specifically calling it the bridge across time. Last week we explored the power of present moment awareness to more fully experiencing the astonishing light of our own being. And that's to quote the poet, the Sufi poet, Hafez. And today is somewhat of a part two to last week. And I want to begin where we left off last Sunday. I left you with a poem by that great, great author, Anonymous. And it's called I Am. Do you remember the poem? Okay.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Here it goes. I was regretting the past, fearing the future. Then suddenly my Lord was speaking. My name is I Am. God paused. I waited. God continued. When you live in the past with its mistakes and regrets, it is hard. I am not there. My name is not I was. When you live in the future with its problems and fears, it is hard. I am not there. My name is not I will be. But when you live in this moment, it is not hard. I am here because my name is I Am. So today, as we explore the deepest acceptance of this day, of this moment, we will find that this is where our deepest joy and our greatest power of creation reside. And as you've probably noticed, I often share a note from the universe with you. I was going to bring my little book with you. That's something you can sign up as well to get daily emails, or I'm not sure how often they come, but they'll send you a little note from the universe that'll pop in. It's notes from the universe.
Mike Dooley?
Yeah, it's Mike Dooley. He's from The Secret. So he put them all together into a book. And he suggests that you take the book and just open it up and read something. And so it's usually exactly what I need, always. Mm-hmm. So do you remember the one that I shared last week? Okay, well,
yes, of course I remember.
Of course, yes, thank you. Yeah, I know you hang on every word, right? Well, I want to share another note that I read recently. And while it may not include any dancing like last week's, it's a perfect message for today. Here's the universe's message to me and now to you. Chris, it said to insert your name here. You can insert your own name. Of all the wonderful places you go, of all the happy times you'll have, and of all the adventures that now call unto you, each will be enhanced and will more quickly come to pass with your absolute immersion into today's places, times, and adventures. Don't you just love having so much control? Tally-ho, the universe. I love that. It's like, wow, okay. So basically, I don't have to do anything but be immersed in whatever it is I'm doing. Same as exactly what Mother Teresa said, do that which is before you. How simple is that? I love it. Isn't that a great idea? Mm-hmm. Of all the wonderful places you go, all the happy times you'll have, and all the adventures that now call you will be enhanced and will be more quickly come to pass when you are absolutely, totally, fully present in today's places, times, and adventures. Or said another way, when you are living in the deepest acceptance of this day, right here and right now. Accepting this day exactly as it is, right here and right now. How many of us find ourselves wishing that we were someplace other than where we are? And don't answer that for like right here, you know.
Tomorrow's Monday morning.
Yes, it could be a party that you're at. Perhaps you've been invited to a party, or you've been invited to an outing. Then you're not, or a meeting, a Monday morning meeting. But hopefully, as I said, it's not church. The Scripture tells us in Psalm, it says, "This is the day," and you'll recognize this, "which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." We say that every Sunday, and we make it personal by saying, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." So we've changed it up a little bit. And I think it's a little more declarative that way. It's a really powerful, powerful affirmation. I will rejoice in it. Not, hey, come on, let's rejoice. Let's give it a try if it's not too much effort. Let's do it if everything is lining up to our liking. Or let's wait till we get all of our chores done and then I'm going to rejoice. No, we don't. We want to rejoice in every part of it. That takes this quote to a really higher level of power. Today is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and I will be glad in it. And to take it to an even higher level of power, with my apologies to David, who was most likely the author of this passage, I suggest that we say it and adjust it just a little slightly and say, today is the day the Lord has made, and I rejoice and am glad in it now. Because when we say I will, what does that say? What does that mean?
Later.
It means I will at some future time. So, today is the day the Lord has made, and I rejoice and am glad in it now. So let's say that together. Today is the day the Lord has made, and I rejoice and am glad in it now. Okay, so remember that for the end of our service. We're gonna start saying it that way. So listen to this poetic way of rejoicing in this day that the Lord has made from the daily quote entitled, "Possibilities Abound." Sunlight drops its golden paint on the quiet surface of a mountain stream, and a new day is born. What a shame it would be to let this day pass without putting fresh goodness into it. From rocky ledges to cool valleys, in the countryside and in cities across the globe, possibilities abound. Life is here to be lived, and now is the time to live it. Like water swiftly flowing, the opportunities of this day will soon be nothing more than memories. Now is your one and only chance to make them positive, satisfying memories by making full use of the opportunities. Now is your chance to make new value where none existed before. Now, when you are inspired to let go of the excuses and to cast off any thought of procrastination, is when you can act. Though the challenges may seem great and the circumstances may appear to be less than perfect, today's possibilities beg you to seize them. To the extent you do, your life and your world will benefit. This is your day to do with what you can, and you can indeed do much, if you will. Say yes to life, to the possibilities that abound, and now get going. So I want to return to the one line from that and offer a perspective. Though the challenges may seem great and the circumstances may appear to be less than perfect. I want to share an illustration about that from a colleague who has a New Thought church here in California. And in his congregation, in fact, in his music ministry, is a former producer of a pretty famous jazz musician who shall, for purposes of confidentiality, remain nameless. This minister had gotten to know this young man pretty well because they work really closely together regarding his church's music. The congregant shared with his minister a mantra that he lives by and said that it saved his sanity more than once when he was working with this jazz musician. And of course, as you know, a lot of times when you're working with musicians, there's challenges and frequent changes, and there's stress of live performances, and sometimes it can be very difficult to work with a bunch of artistic and, musicians. They can be a little demanding. And they all have their own strong opinions and their egos, etc. So he had a mantra that he dealt with.
Like wives.
Okay, there you go. So regardless of the challenges that seemed to be great or circumstances which appeared to be less than perfect, he developed a practice to always say, it's all going to work out. That is his mantra. It always works out. His mantra was, it always works out. It always works out. Actually, I have a friend at work who, at the end of every email he sends, it's all okay. Everything is okay. He says everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's kind of comforting to know that when you're dealing with a little challenge there. So back to this gentleman, the one who works, with the musicians. He's also a stay-at-home parent of a very precocious and verbal 2-year-old. And this little boy hears his dad say this regularly. Imagine growing up hearing this. It's going to be okay. It always works out, right? And he hears it no matter what the situation is. It always works out. So this little guy likes to take daily walks in the stroller, and he loves to visit the neighbors, and he particularly likes to visit Nellie. So the other day, he and his dad headed out in the stroller, and the little boy said, and he's only 2, let's go visit Nellie. And Dad says, well, son, we can try it, but I'm not sure if Nellie will be home right now. And the little boy says, Nellie's always home. And isn't that just a great concept of it always works out, putting into practice? So Dad actually tried to, talk his son out of the idea that Nellie is always home, since she isn't always home. And he wasn't sure that she would be home just then, and he didn't want his son to be disappointed. We do that as parents, don't we? We try to head off any disappointment that these children might be walking into, and I'm not sure that's always a good idea. But to no avail, the little boy insisted that Nellie is always home and that he wanted to go there. So they went to her house, and lo and behold, they found out that she was in fact not home. So what do you suppose that this little boy did? A lot of little boys, or children this age, would get upset and they would throw a fit, maybe have a tantrum. But, you know, he didn't do that. He did not throw a fit. Rather, he said with complete calm in his voice, "That's okay. She's just out for a while, but she's always home." This is his logic. And they went on with their walk, and he was as happy as could be. The master teacher Jesus said that in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, we must become as little children. There's so much for us to learn from this little guy. First, he has the attitude that Nellie is always home. Despite appearances, even in the fact of solid evidence to the contrary, he just knows she's always home. And if the current moment doesn't jibe with his knowing, then he just adjusts his attitude a little bit with the idea that she's just out for a little while, and then goes on enjoying the day, but knowing that she is always home. In comparison, do we have the attitude that God is always home in our lives? Do we have the deep knowing, a rock-solid faith, a surety that goes beyond the head and penetrates the heart that God is always present?
Yes.
That God is always in, as, and around, and through all things.
Yes.
Well, we can know whether that is true or not by our reaction to the appearance to the contrary. Our equivalent of "she's just out for a while" would be a knowing that despite the appearance in this moment, all is working out for our highest and best good. All is working out. When we bring the idea that all is working out to this present moment, we have a greater acceptance of this moment, and in that space, our joy is revealed, and our ability to create even greater joy is empowered. There's a story told about a woman Zen master named Sono, who taught one very simple method of enlightenment. She advised everyone who came to her to adopt a mantra. So this is your second mantra for the day, the first being, "It always works out." And it's to be said many times a day under all conditions. And the mantra is simply this: "Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever." Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever. Many people from all areas of life came to Sono for healing. Some were in physical pain, others were emotionally distraught, others had financial troubles, some were seeking soul liberation. No matter what their distress or what their question they asked her, her response was always the same. Adopt this mantra and say it several times a day under all conditions. Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever. Some people went away disappointed. Others grew angry. Others tried to argue with her. You know, have you ever had the, it's like, but wait, no, you give them a solution. No. They want to argue for their limitations. Where's that from?
Illusions.
Illusions. Argue for your limitations and they're yours. But no, it doesn't matter. I have this thing I'm going to carry with me. I don't care that you just showed me how I can set it down. No, it's mine. It's good. I'm going to keep this. Yeah. So they argued with her. Yet some people took her suggestion to heart and they began to practice it. Tradition tells that everyone who practiced Sono's mantra found peace and healing. Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever. Another beautiful mantra to help us with the deep acceptance of this day. Yes? So Wallace Wattles, who knows Wallace Wattles? In The Science of Getting Rich, great guy. If you listen, you can actually listen to one of his, I think they have him recorded.
We did.
Yeah, and it's such a great, sounds like an old radio show. It's so cool. But he writes, and it's in a book too, never allow yourself to feel disappointed. You may expect to have a certain thing at a certain time and not get it at that time. And this will appear to you like a failure. But if you hold to your faith, you will find that the failure is only apparent. Go on in a certain way, and if you do not receive that thing, you will receive something so much better that you will see that the seeming failure was really a great success. So let's end today where we began by looking one more time at the great I Am presence. You are already totally, completely in tune with the infinite. You can access the truth about yourself by simply proclaiming, I am. Right now, I invite you to take a moment of pause. Even close your eyes if you choose and take a deep breath in and declare, I am. The I am that is the true nature of yourself is all love, all joy, all wisdom. It is peace, providence, grace, and magnificence, and is beyond all appearance of challenge. Inviting that I am into your life brings forth a new joy into this very moment, this very day, and the next day and the next. And then, day by day. You will see God working in, through, and as you more clearly. You will love life more dearly, and you will align with your highest and best more dearly. This will happen day by day as you move into this deepest acceptance of this day. This day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it now. And so it is.
And so it is.